What's up, guys? DC19 Gaming Tech. I made a video about earlier this morning, basically saying stuff about the Wii U and developers now being skeptical of putting the games on the Wii U. I guess you could say being lazy. I guess you could say favoritism, whatever it is. But the reality is, none of us are game developers. We do not develop games. We do not write code. I mean, you can take something for someone easy. Let's say that it took me 5 seconds to write the code to put Xbox 360 Gears of War onto the PS3. Like, we don't know, to be honest with you. If that was the case, if you think about it, getting a game, putting a game over from a Japanese to US. Why does it take so long? Is it just language, or is there codes, or is changing regions and all that other stuff? It doesn't matter, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, we don't know. We don't do that, because if we did, we wouldn't be on YouTube. None of you, not me, or anyone else. So you can sit there in the comment section and say, no, they said it was like 5 seconds to write this code for this game, so these motherfuckers are lazy. The point of the matter is, we don't know. You don't know them personally, you're not writing code, so stop. So, a few developers have been saying that their leading platform for next generation will be the Xbox 360, the Xbox 720. They didn't say anything about the PS4, but they're saying not the Wii U, because they're skeptical of not hardware. This has nothing to do with graphical power or anything like that. It has to do with the controller and the system complexities. I don't know exactly, but I've heard and read stuff about Blu-ray, being that it's like alien technology along with the processing unit. Well, not really Blu-ray. The processing unit and coding for that processor along with the GPU and all the other stuff. Kind of like what they were saying with the PS3. When the PS3 first came out, developers were saying porting games over or developing games for this was an issue. The only person that were great at making the games was the company itself, Sony. So, this article, it's called, I'm going to post it in the comment section, the next generation according to game developers. It's a pretty long article. I'm just going to read like certain highlight parts. From a hardware perspective, nearly 80% of the response said that Microsoft's next console is the easiest to work for. Basically, that they're saying that it's going to be the next leading platform again, like how the Xbox 360 was. And why is that? Because of easy access. Like when the Xbox came out, there was like nothing complex about it. It was a standard DVD player and it was a standard controller with just new graphics, a new graphics card and a better CPU. Nothing crazy about the CPU, nothing crazy about the graphics card, nothing like that. It was the most simplest to make for. Now they're saying that we won't be working on Wii U due to complexities. I'll basically post it in the bottom again. Basically, they're talking about the complexity of the systems to do with the controller. Necessarily, yes, I know there's another controller, but Nintendo is not selling a Wii. If you look at Nintendo's conference, if you look at Nintendo Miyamoto, they're not holding a Game Pro, a Wii U Game Pro controller, gamepad controller. They're holding the actual gamepad. They're not selling this controller. It's a peripheral and add-on. It is the gamepad. A developer's not gonna say, that's not what's in the picture. It doesn't come in a box with the system. So we're not saying that everyone is going to own this controller. So we can't say we're gonna make Call of Duty Modern Warfare 5 million with the gamepad U controller, not the actual tablet, the actual controller. It looks like the Xbox controller. They're not going to say that. It's not going to happen. It's going to be like, oh, you can, but it has to be developed for the gamepad, the actual tablet controller itself, which means they're saying that coding it for map, your UI, pausing it, Uverse integration with it, adding like Nintendo features along with it with your Mii's and all this other shenanigans. If you look at the Xbox, you have your Mii-like character or your profile character, but that motherfucker does nothing other than you log on and look at him and he says hi and all that other shit. The Mii characters are integrated with everything that you do with the goddamn console itself, along with Nintendo itself, 3DS and all that. So I guess what they're trying to say is there's just too much work to go from making the game on, like, put it this way. making a game on a PC, it's raw data, it's raw hardware. All they do is code it. It takes like $50 million. They code it, and that's it. They put it on the system. It's a high-end graphics card, high-end PC, and high-end GPU. That's it. Now, what happens? It becomes a complexity when it comes down to consoles. You got to take away shaders. You got to go ahead and change the resolution. You got to now code it for a controller. Now they went from making it on an actual desktop to an actual console where you have to give and take because of the console itself. Then adding network features, then doing all that other stuff just for the console. Now, what they're saying is they've already been doing that, and you know what I'm saying, it's been taking a while. Now they're gonna have to do that and implement a tablet controller. So I don't know, like, I'm not going on hardware. The Wii U is powerful enough to play these games. It's easy said than done. Like, anyone sit there saying, oh, it can't handle because of graphical power. No, it's not that. It's because of the complexities to make the damn games for it. Now, one of the things Miyamoto was saying, this has to do with hardware, what most people wanted me to talk about, is Miyamoto was, Iwata was sitting down and they've asked him about the power of the system. Now, Iwata said that majority of the development money that went into the Wii U went to the controller. The system itself was not, it wasn't that the main goal compared to graphical content or the power of the system. It was mainly the controller. So a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, no, the game's not coming to the Wii U because of the graphics. That's not the case. That is definitely not the case. They put more money into the console, the controller itself, and Iwata said that he wants to, with the money that they had to develop for the system, they went ahead and they had to focus it more on something else and then still keep it sellable. Because if they made the controller the way it is, mind you, the controller is about like 60-70% of the damn system, and then focused on graphical power, then the system would be like the PS3 when it first came out. But I'm just, someone wanted me to talk about that, and that's what I'm gonna talk about real quick on that. So I mean, like, is the system powerful enough to run those games? Yes, it is. Is it holding back the system? No, it's not. But being that now Unreal Engine 4 has been confirmed for the Wii U, it obviously means that it can play every fucking game coming out. It's the hardware and Nintendo being different. Now, you can go ahead and say that, oh, developers are lazy because Nintendo's trying to be different. That's not the case, guys. Sometimes being different causes problems. Iraq and the United States. See what I'm saying? One of the what's it called? What is this? The developer of what is it? The CEO Zilnik told GameStrata that he is not convinced that Nintendo's platform is suitable for firm core franchises. What do you think of when it comes to core franchises? Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Max Payne, and whatever else RockStar works on as their main titles. Now, what does that mean? It's not the graphical power again. It's not the CPU. Some people are saying that, oh, well, like, it's the CPU, it's the graphics card. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not like you have like a high-end graphics card and a shitty-ass CPU, which if you have a high-end graphics card and a shitty CPU, no matter what fucking game you put in there, the CPU is not going to hold up to the actual graphical content. So you can have like a 7990 or 7990 and an old core Q66 dual core. What is it? A dual core whatever, an old Q66 processor. And that type of GPU, it's not going to play games great. So, but that's not the case because this is a IBM power chipset made for today's games. The graphic power is made for today's games, but next gen developers for next gen want to have a system that just has a raw data and all the other stuff. But anyways, I'm like staring off. Well, he says basically he's skeptical about making games on the Wii U. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh God, Grand Theft Auto, RockStar. Nintendo's main goal was to catch the hardcore. Now I know what a lot of you are gonna say, Nintendo fans, mind your business, it has nothing to do. If you come from the Wii, you've never been a fan of RockStar like that. And I'm saying, like, this is mainly for the people that were like, holy shit, I might buy a Wii U this generation because now I'm getting all my core titles that I got. Grand Theft Auto and RockStar is a major of the hardcore, not because of graphical content, not because of maturity. That's just how it is. Grand Theft Auto, when it was over screen, was always considered a hardcore game from way back in the day. What you want to call hardcore, whatever it is, that's your home business. Like, you write in the comment section, what is hardcore? Look, no one's going to debate that. It's the most tossed up title and tossed up conversation in the world. No one will give you a direct answer. But by Nintendo saying that they're going for the hardcore, these are some of the games that they're going for. Now, with RockStar saying that they're not convinced of putting their titles on the Wii U. Notice he says not convinced. He's not talking about the hardware. He's talking about how the system is made, the controller, the connectivity with the system. Nintendo hasn't shown much about the system. People still think that the Wii U is still a peripheral. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo's not doing themselves as presenting the system yet. Some people don't even know what the hell the Wii U looks like. And I'm not talking the controller, the system itself. But a lot of people are like, oh my god, we're not getting Grand Theft Auto. No, he's talking about his core titles. The titles that dudes go sleeping outside for. The games that people have been playing since the day it came. People are still online playing Grand Theft Auto 4 online. People are still going ham and making the game better. Add-ons, what do you call it? All that stuff. Whatever other game RockStar decides to bring out, they're not convinced that they want to put it on the Wii U yet. And that's all up to Nintendo to fix that. Again, the system can handle it. The complexity of the controller is the issue, along with the system. Whatever else the system has in it, that's a complexity. Because if you look at it this way, RockStar has been making games on cell phones, touchscreen devices, Max Payne and Grand Theft Auto and all that. So they do know how to make on-screen or tablet-like games. But to work with another console and make it, stream it and all the other stuff, it seems like an issue. But this video is going on way too long. I've already said my piece. Again, I'm going to post all that stuff in the bottom, and developers are not too hyped. Now, again, these developers are flip-flopping everywhere. Hey, it's easy to make. Man, this is hard to make. Oh my god, just port. You know what I'm saying? It's all up to, at the end of the day, if the developers say that it's the complexity to make the games for, it looks like Nintendo may have the same issue they've had every year. And to be honest, it's being different. I'm still getting a Wii U, still love Nintendo. I'm just speaking truth. That's what I do. Anyways, DC1983 Gaming Tech. One more thing before I go. Now, if RockStar is a legendary company, it is a legendary company whether you like it or not. They're on the level of Miyamoto and Mario games. They are a legendary company. That franchise, Grand Theft Auto, is a legendary title. It's a legendary logo. Whatever you do, you can say whatever you want. Now, if Nintendo scares away RockStar, who else do you think they'll scare away? It's a major title that's always made games for everything. If they get steered away from a console because of its complexities, who else will leave? Who else would be like, oh, well, if these guys aren't doing it, fuck it, we're not. And RockStar is kind of like a whore when it comes to porting games on anything. Android, iPhone, every fucking thing. To say that they're not convinced for the Wii U. Things will change eventually, like how they've always said with the 3DS and all the other stuff. It just comes later down. Like, eventually, if more Wii U sell, if they sell like fucking like 5 million in like 3 months, I'm pretty sure RockStar is going to change their mind. But at the moment, they're not convinced. Nintendo, you need to fix that.